Santa Maria. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Lsfl family. It's time for another Lsfl Fantasy Sports Machine. And with me here today, let's welcome to our studio the three-time AFC South champion, Fort Pierce, El Dorado, Craig Shuman. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be here. Good to be here.
It's ironic that you're here after winning the AFC South once again and me going into the toilet bowl. Ironic that you were able to come on today. So
Way to tie two segments in at once, sir. Well done. I might add. Well done.
I'm a professional.
Do you want to start with the shitter or do you want to start with the champ? I don't know.
We're going to start.
Direction you're going with it there.
Well, we always start with the champ. So let's start with
the champ. Well, I appreciate it.
Let's hit the cue the music to the producers. Hit up for the three-time AFC South champion. Congratulations, Craig.
No more you whining on the charts climbing as I make the phone kicking out more harder than a diamond. And if you didn't know who's rhyming, I guess I'm gonna say Craig Mack with perfect time.
All right, anything you have to say about your shitty ass win?
Well, tough season. Everybody had one, in the beginning out the gate, dude, the awful start I had, everybody trying to get me to sell my damn players, dude, and just bail on it, dude. Stay the course, man. I mean, it worked out. It doesn't hurt that the two teams in my division weren't up to par this year, but I'll take them any way I can get them, man. I'm a limping gazelle into the playoffs, so it's gonna be a shit show for sure. But at least I made it.
Yeah, and luckily, with the new playoff schedule and such, you are effectively have a bye, even though, you did. So you got 1 week to kind of adjust the things. Yeah, and
Thank God, look at the roster. Thank God. I'll take it.
Hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's what happens. Speaking of cookies crumbling, the champ from last year, he unfortunately – after this week is now part of the dearly departed. So just want to say goodbye to AJ. Sorry, no repeat for you, sir. Maybe next year.
And mark well me words, mateys. Dead men tell no tales.
Yodi-ho. Well, we're in Orlando, right? So we gotta bring it back to the Pirates. Sorry, my friend AJ. It's not to rub it in or anything. It's just, everyone got that. I hate even doing it to you because you're such a good guy. But unfortunately, you are out of the playoffs, much like a couple other of us.
Do we have to have that disclaimer anytime we say something about AJ? I mean,
I feel like you do.
Everybody know AJ's a good guy.
I feel like the spotlight's always.
I'm glad he can swim again.
Indeed. All right. So let's start off today with a little stat shack for the end of our regular season. So let's start out with the good. Because I don't want to get to the bad, but maybe we'll just skip over the bad. But let's get to the good. Let's give a big congratulations to the Brooklyn Jesters. Record-breaking season, sir. You have set the record, set the standard for regular season with a 12-1 record in the biggest season ever. Congratulations. So yeah, great season. What else can I say? He started out gangbusters points wise, but if you look, if you look, he's consistent throughout the season, scoring well. He did pretty decent. He was number 2 in scoring overall. So, any thoughts on Fred's season and thoughts of him possibly moving on as champion?
He had a great season. I mean, he even did it with a couple missing guys here and there. I mean, I think the irony, like we were talking about earlier, is he did it on the back of Jonathan Taylor, the one guy that I don't know if he could have thrown any more mud on that fucking guy's grave during his pre-draft analysis, and almost felt it pressured into taking the guy, and lo and behold. So, hey, Fred, man, good season. It's going to be a tough match, dude. Greg's got a good team.
Yeah, he's got a real good team.
Nick's got a tough matchup this week. I know it says they're even, man, but Greg's been playing pretty well too. So.
Yeah, see, you're getting good at this too. Is these your rookie stay here in the studio, and you're already segueing for me already onto our next discussion. This is something that I want to bring up for seasons going forward. As I've been doing this, the fantasy coverage and stuff, it's starting to make me focus on certain things. And to me, someone who comes into the league and can be the points leader. To me, I think that sets to me a certain bar, if you will. So I think going forward, we're going to denote the league scoring leader as the king of the ring type. Like we did in wrestling, you're the king of the ring. You're not the champ, but you're the king. And Greg, this year, my friend, you, sir, are a king of the ring.
If I were the king of the forest, not queen, not duke, not prince.
Yeah, so your scoring, actually, you ended up number 4 this season. So congratulations on that, 4 all time with your points this year. So great job to you, my friend. And again, as you mentioned, not the team I don't think anyone wants to see in the playoffs, but he's got a long road to hoe, unfortunately. So he's got the play-in game, got to go to the wild card, got to get the conference championship, then got to get the title. So a long way to go, but the points leader in the playoffs, that's definitely, for me, you're the lead dog going in. What do you think? Do you think Greg's the overall guy you think is going to take it this year, or is there anyone else you think that might take it?
I wish I had everything in front of me to see what the matchups were, obviously, because it's all going to boil down to that. I mean, we've seen numerous times. I mean, I haven't been in your league that often, but I've been in, where you see that guy that had those great seasons, and then all of a sudden, dude, that crap team comes out of anywhere and just beats them in that game. So, they got the points to back it up, back the smack up. But hey, dude, Nick could just as easily come out this week and outperform Greg, and then the old
that indeed, that we know.
Coming down to points, I mean, they got the argument in their behalf right now.
Yeah, I think, like I said, leader in the clubhouse as we finish, and to me, definite favorite going in. I think Fred's right behind him. But I think definitely we'll see the winner come out of the NFC unless we see somebody get hot in the AFC. Now, speaking of the AFC, just talking about toilet bowls. I know we were talking about toilet bowls, but I couldn't find a segue. I sucked. It is what it is. So let's just bring that up and get it over with. 3-10 this season is what it is. The Henry situation, that screwed me down the stretch. But
he didn't lose Henry till week 9, so let's not get too wild there. I know you want to justify your losses, but week 9 is when the poor lad went out. So
I know you're new. I know you're new.
Plenty of season before that, but
I know you're new, but we don't interrupt each other on the set. So let me finish. I was going to say, However, in the beginning of the season, had a lot of games I could have won. There were a lot of coaching errors. I'll just say it, flat out it. The OBJ mishap in week 1, a couple of, questionable starts over other people. Definitely mismanaged in the beginning. That run I could have had. You see, I scored a lot of points, especially in the beginning. Actually, more than anyone in our suck ass division. So, unfortunately though, it's all about wins. Didn't make it happen. 3-10. The Sharks are our toilet bowl fucking person. One other thing I just wanted to mention before we go on to our playoffs, really quickly. I had to bring up the Bombers, right? I got to bring up Mike. It just has to happen. Let's just talk about Mike real quick. Again, epic failures in his own conference from last year to this year. Did you know that Mike is 0-8 in his division? Not only that, he is 1-11 in the NFC conference. That's from last year. Now, let's take it back a little further. From 2017, this is 2017 to this year, Mike in his own conference is 6-22 in his own conference. And for the division, 2-14. Bro, what is up with your conference? They own you. You suck. I had to bring this up because I was a toilet bowl and you suck ass. So that's my bomb of the week, bitch.
Bomb drop.
All right, let's get on to our playoff matchups for this week. We got a couple of good games. I'm pretty excited about it. Let's go first. We'll go to the AFC first.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
All right, so here it is. The Grimace have made the playoffs for their 13th playoff appearance, and they are 13-10 overall in the playoffs. The Rattlers, this is their 7th playoff appearance, and they are 3-6. So not a great history in the playoffs for the Rattlers. Now the Grimace, but this plays itself out, so this is why I mention it. The Grimace lead the overall series between these two, 12-9. The Rattlers won in week 7 this year, 133.3 to 77.5. So kind of put a beat down on them this year. Now these teams have met only 3 times in the playoffs. And even though the Rattlers are 3-6, they are 2-1 against the Grimace in playoff matchups. So interesting enough to say that the Rattlers actually own the Grimace when it comes to the playoffs. Their playoff matchups include, I was pulling that up. Sorry, the internet was slow on my phone. 2008 in the AFC Championship, the Rattlers won 94-73. They met in the 2009 AFC Championship, so back-to-back AFC Championships. 130-80, the Grimace pulled that one off, so a bit of a revenge. And then it looks like, back in 2005, so there was a wild card game where the Rattlers won 107-88. So 2-1. Crazy enough, the Rattlers owning the Grimace in the playoffs. However, I don't see that repeating this week. I do see the Grimace have put up big points all season. I do think that they're going to get away. I don't know how much Sony Michel is going to play this week, which is, of course, is what really is going to matter for the Rattlers going into this matchup. But I do give a slight edge to the Grimace in this one. I'm sorry, Jose, but it looks like we might be continuing that playoff slide record. Craig, what you got in this matchup?
I didn't look at the matchups. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I will say this, dude. I'm gonna do this one on pure emotion. I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna go. Listen, Jose, you haven't done squat since I've been here, man. And I just would really enjoy watching you have one playoff victory to shut some of these motherfuckers up for you, buddy. No offense to the Grimace. He has put up some points. I was actually afraid he was going to kick my ass. I'm not even going to lie on that one, man. I so got lucky with the way things went out. But, Jose, man, the Grimace have been there since I've been in this league. They've been competitive. They've won, and he gets to walk into every draft with his head high and his cape on. And I just want to see Jose get something. So go get him, Jose, man, and hopefully I see you next week.
So that might be the real reason. But right now they have it projected Grimace 101 to the Grimace or the Rattlers 95. So it seems to be close on paper. Javonte Williams, obviously, if Melvin Gordon doesn't go, looks like he will though. But him playing at Detroit, obviously, is still a good matchup. So on the Rattler side, again, we talked about Sony Michel. He's got Devonta Adams, Terry McLaurin, Kelsey, Stafford. So he's got some good matchups.
That's a great PPR team, man. That's close to the team that I'm just saying.
All right. So, but Jose's done well with this team. He went with the 0, he at least, I don't know about well.
Playoffs.
He got the playoff. I got the play game.
His logo down the kadoosh.
For the Grimace side, he doesn't have Carson Wentz this week on a bye, so he's got Teddy Bridgewater in his place. But he's got Austin Eckler. He's got Najee Harris. Brandon Ayuk, obviously, he's going to be alone. OBJ, if he could have a decent game, that could be a big points bonanza game. Mark Andrews, Cordell Patterson. So some good matchups around. This is going to be an interesting one, though, I think. So to say the least, it's not going to be an easy one. So we'll see. Maybe the Rattlers pull it off. We'll see. All right, let's go to our only other matchup in the NFC. Let me pull that motherfucker up. Sorry, I wasn't ready for it.
Sorry, I believe it.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
All right, so in the NFC, this is the Dragons' 8th appearance in the playoffs. They are 7-5 in the playoffs, and this is the 10th appearance for the Predators, and they are 10-6 in the playoffs. Predators lead the series overall 10-6, with the Dragons winning in Week 12 this season, 122.4 to 77.8. Teams have only met once in the playoffs, with the Dragons winning in the 2008 wild card 110 to 93. Ironically enough, both matchups met in the 2008 wild card, where it ended up being the Rattlers and Dragons in the Fantasy Bowl. So maybe a premonition for this year. You never know what can happen. All right, so in this particular matchup, I'll just pull it up here on my phone real quick. You got the Predators with Brady, against Buffalo is going to be a tough matchup for him. Gibson, though, at Dallas is not bad. Montgomery against the Packers. Keenan Allen's not playing, so he's going to have to take him out. Mike Evans in there. Van Jefferson he's got. So he's going to be looking – definitely he's got a lot of people on a bye, but he's got Guyton. He picked up Guyton, so he's probably going to slide him in there. On the Dragon side, Lamar Jackson, Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, this looks like a Dragons victory. Hate to say it. Projection 109.3 to 99.1. Craig, who you like?
I'm going to go with the same scenario as I did before here. Since I've been in this league, Nick has actually had some victories, and unfortunately, Greg has never won shit. He talks a lot of it, but he's never won it. And I'm happy for the man this year, dude, and he's got a great team. So I would like to see him move on. It sounds like he's got the better matchups for sure, but I think it'll set up well for the two top teams that are actually in that whole scenario meeting up. And Craig, man, let's see if he can do it. Don't choke, man. Don't choke.
Yeah, we'll see. So we both differ on the matchups this week, so we'll check it out. Next week, whoever in the AFC is going to be facing you. So maybe we can bring you back in, and maybe the person you're playing have a little snack for it.
Perfect.
That sounds like a winner. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you joining me. This has been a fun time talking about the playoffs.
Just glad I didn't do a Jeffrey Tobin, man. That was.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. Get ready for the playoffs. They are here. Apologize if you are not moving on, but suck it up, bitch. So neither am I. All right. We appreciate you guys, and we are out.